Hello everybody, my name is Kidney, and today we are reviewing the SH Monsterarts Gigan from 1972. This is the Gigan that showed up in Godzilla vs. Gigan. Gigan is a cyborg chicken who is, sent to Earth to destroy Earth. And honestly, Earth is just Tokyo. Whenever it comes to this figure, it has some flaws, but it's honestly one of my favorite figures of the SH Monsterarts line. This figure had so much passion poured into it, not just for the fans. This is also, I feel like, for the people who like collecting figures. Now, for us to get into this,
why'd you do that to me? God. I hate you so much. Okay, so earlier he did a video on Gigan and he forgot the box. Wow, you can see my fingerprint on that now. Whoops. This is the 50th anniversary of Gigan. You can see it. The emblem. 1972 Gigan. He says I need to show y'all the Bandai and the Tamashii Nations 2023. It's got a nice picture of Gigan on the front. His name on the top of the SH Monsterarts. Again, 1972. It's got a black and white version or picture of Gigan. Again, SH Monsterarts. And then on the back, it's got all these cool snapshots of Gigan. Oh, look, he's even playing with it there. And then on the other side, really cool Gigan, but with flames. And even on the bottom of it, Gigan again, but him in the flying mode. There's his box review for Gigan 1972, the 50th anniversary.
Gigan has a great range of articulation, motion, and a lot of good details. So, starting at the head, you can look up that far. You can look down very far. He has 1, 2, 3 ball joints that help him get to that range of motion. Looking at the head, his mandibles open up. That's sick. And then his jaw opens. And then if you look in there, he has a little chicken tongue. And the little chicken tongue is very hard to move. Anyways, it's supposed to move, but my fat fingers can't get in there. Anyways, moving over to the shoulders. Each shoulder has a ball joint, similar to a dumbbell or barbell, whatever one y'all like to say. In the shoulders, he doesn't have the greatest range of motion, but you can get him kind of like that. But he can rotate. No real in and out. Over here at the elbow, he has one right here. More like a double bend at the elbow. And then he has this little piece right here. It doesn't really do anything. It's more like a sleeve. But this whole piece right here can turn. So you can have it looking down, you can have it turning down, you can have it going out, in. So just right here alone, he has that much rotation and movement. So it kind of makes up for the lack of a shoulder joint, but nonetheless, it still moves great. You can get him into all kinds of fun poses just with his arms, such as look how happy. Over here at the legs, he has just a really good spread. Go in, go out, go forward. I'm assuming it's just a ball joint in there. It's not really connected to much, but just, you know, the bare bones. And then double jointed knees. How cool is that? He gets a lot of good motion in his knees. They can turn right here. And then right here, you have this swivel. And whenever you get to his feet can go down pretty far. Can't really go up. Maybe just a slight. He has an ankle pivot more outward than he does inward. So take that as you will. I've had this figure for a little bit now, and I have not seen any paint chipping, paint rubbing, nothing. I think this is probably the most durable paint I've ever had on an action figure. And that says a lot, because I have a lot. Now, so that covers that. Oh wait, sorry. And then he can rotate right there. Now, moving to the back. These wings, these sails, are on ball joints. You can pull them out just a little bit and gives you that much more range of motion. And then you just push them back in, just like that. I will say though, on this side, it doesn't do it as much. And oh yeah, and they're all on ball joints, so you can do some wacky stuff with them. But on this side, it doesn't really fold down as much as this side does. But on this side, he just wags. It just wags. It's still on a ball joint just like these are, but I don't think it's designed to move as much. Oh boy. Now, getting into the tail, I have one big issue when it comes to the tail. And it's all the way at the end. So right here, you have a lovely ball joint. So you can get them into that flying pose really, really nicely. But every ball joint right here is so articulated. You could get him into almost any pose you want. Just in the tail alone, it's so expressive. And the beautiful gold that's on it is just, it doesn't clash with the figure at all. It's just right. But yeah, you can get them kind of into like a floating pose. But yeah. It's really, really nice, really articulated tail. And oh wait, okay, so whenever it comes to the tail, as I continue on with it, every ball joint in this tail has a decent range of motion, but you can't. But it does have its own limits. I will not push any further with this figure. But it has some decent ball joints all the way through. Now, this is where my problem is with the tail. These two pieces right here, these two segments, my God, okay. These two segments right here, they snapped on me, and I had to glue them back. So, right there, past this last little spike, that's what snapped off. The whole dumbbell that was inside of it just snapped clean off. That's just something to look to whenever getting this figure, especially for the price that it is. I will get to that in a second. Whenever it comes to Gigan's paint details, he definitely has them all the way throughout, all the way to the tip of his spikes, mandibles, sails, his saw blade. One of the most defining characteristics with Gigan is his chainsaw blade. Just runs all the way throughout his abdomen, his chest. But if you look at his visor, he has all these itty bitty eyes. And then right here you have his little beam blast thing. No, focus right here. And then right here you have his beam blast thing. Detail on the neck, I'll let y'all look at that. There is a slight coloration right here that's just a tad bit lighter than the rest, but that doesn't bother me any. Right there. And then it feels like this entire piece right here just was left unpainted. Actually, it is painted. It just got sprayed over. So there's that. There's his collar. On the shoulders, bro is sharp as hell. Alright. On his shoulders, you see all the skin folds and wrinkles. You can see all those little bumps and textures just right there in his little elbow crevice. Then right there, that looks really nice. On the inside, let's see if they skipped paint. No, they did not. But I'm very fortunate with half the figures that I own because they don't have any of the QC errors or, you know, things that would make people upset whenever you buy a figure for as much as it is. Looking at his thigh, nice detail, nice paintwork. Inside of his thigh, nicely dark green. Knee pad, that's pretty good too. Looking at his foot, or claw, really. It's just, there's so many little bumps, textures, and details all over this figure, and it is insane. It shows how much they went into this figure just trying to make this as detailed as it is. Now, if we're looking at his cells, at the base of every single one of these spikes, there is this pink tinge, and that just, it adds so many layers to this figure. Not just in the color separation, but in the fact of, you know, or in the presence of detail. Easily the sharpest pieces on this entire figure. I would say these are fragile, so try not to put too much force on them. You can see all along his sail right there, how detailed that is. the little membrane flaps all over. Now, talking about his chicken scales, you can see all those little details just brushed right on there. On the underside, that is carried all the way through the figure. I want to say no piece was left untouched. That's how detailed this figure is, paint and all. Now if you look right here at the his spikes on his tail. And that spike right there also has some nice detail. This is a really, really cool figure. So, there you have it. There's Gigan. Paint, detail. He comes with no accessories. I had gotten this as a gift. It was bought for around $130 at this place called Barnes & Noble here in the US. Whenever it comes to trying to get it now, I doubt you will find this figure for as much as I got it for. I see it going from anywhere from $180 to $220 used. So take that how you will. But for $140, I think this figure is definitely worth it. If Gigan is your favorite character, or one of your favorite characters in the Rogues Gallery of the King of the Monsters, then definitely consider picking this guy up. He is super fun to handle. He's articulated in all the right areas, especially in places where he didn't need to be, like the cells. He didn't need to have that much articulation just in the cells. But I am super stoked that he does. It's really nice. It's really cool. And that's my thoughts. I hope you liked the video. Like it if you can, but if you're shy and you don't want to like it, that's fine. I'll elbow my way all the way to the top, by God.